If you're still juggling emails, sticky notes, endless to-do lists to manage your interior design projects, you're wasting hours every week. Today, I walk you through a streamlined workflow to manage your projects so that you can be organized, save time, and scale your business using the exact tools that I'm using in my own business, which is ClickUp for project management and Dubsado for client management. So we're going to go through my workflow. I'm going to explain to you step by step how I manage my projects, how I save time by automating and using resources that save me so many hours every single week, because the goal is to spend less time on admin and more time on designing and building a business that's sustainable and thriving. I'll also share my discount code for Dubsado, a great ClickUp project management template, and also all the documents that we use for our clients that will save you tons of time, make you look professional, and change the entire journey, the entire experience that your clients have with you from that first inquiry all the way to the handover. Stay tuned. But first, let's go through some of the biggest mistakes that I've seen designers make when it comes to organizing their interior design projects. Number one, everything lives in different places, whether it's emails, texts, PDFs, contracts, invoices. Nothing is streamlined. Maybe you use emails, but as we know, it's not the best way to keep things organized. And so you lose a lot of time when you're trying to find a specific information. And if it's hard for you, it's hard for your clients as well to keep up. So this is one of the biggest mistakes. Then on to number two, no automated onboarding process. Whether it's onboarding or not, actually, the fact that you don't automate any of all these many tasks that are great to automate because they're always the same means you're doing everything manually, wasting so many hours of your time. So whether it's at the handover phase, onboarding, or anywhere in between, some things are always the same and you shouldn't reinvent the wheel for every project. So you have to have a workflow that is streamlined and that is automated when possible so that you don't have to do the same thing over and over again. And also it creates a better experience for the clients because they have what they need when they need it as opposed to when you have time. Number three, because you're not organized and you lack structure, tasks are scattered, you're late, and you miss deadlines. And this is all related to the client experience and how your reputation is suffering because you're disorganized and you miss things that you shouldn't have missed, and then you have to delay presentations, you don't have the right information on site. All of this creates additional stress for you but also for the client. So we want to avoid this by streamlining our workflows. And number four, which is a little bit related to what I've said previously, you have no system for tracking client communication. It's great that you send each other emails. Emails get lost. If there's not an easy process, an easy place where clients can go back, they will forget what is included in the scope of work, which leads to scope creep. So we want to avoid that as well. So as you understood, without a streamlined workflow, you're going to be spending more time managing projects than actually designing them. Will reduce the stress on your side and on the client side and provide a smooth journey by just streamlining a little bit our operations. Let's get into it. The first thing is to create a workflow that's streamlined, we need to have a workflow. This will take you a little bit of time initially. It took me quite a while to get it done. I started by taking a piece of paper and writing every single step I was taking from the first inquiry all the way to onboarding clients. This is the phase where you'll be able to automate a lot of the tasks. So you will need to go through this process in great detail and understanding when you get an inquiry, what happens? Do they receive an email? Do they receive a questionnaire? And what happens next? Do they send you a questionnaire back? Do they get an email saying, hey, we got the questionnaire, we'll reach out as soon as we've reviewed the questionnaire? What happens at every step from them inquiring about your services all the way to you onboarding them as clients? You need to be clear about this. So take a little bit of time, take a piece of paper, understand your process. If you're starting out, this will take longer because you may have to work with 2-3 clients before you have a better understanding about what process works for you and works for them. Otherwise, I have lots of videos. If you check out on my channel, Dubsado videos, Dubsado is my client management tool. There's, I believe, a lot of examples about a process that you can use for your own clients until you're clear about what you can tweak to work for your own business. Once you're clear about the step-by-step, Dubsado, my client management tool, is a great way for you to automate multiple steps that you would otherwise do manually every single time for every single project, which is what we don't want. We want to be saving time and provide a better client experience for people who are reaching out and who are inquiring about what we have to offer and how they can work with us. Once you have figured out what your steps are, what you can eliminate, this is important. So many things have the potential to just be eliminated, so you don't need to spend money on someone to delegate those tasks. You don't need to automate them either. You can just remove them. Create a workflow that is simple. Then we'll go into Dubsado. Dubsado has a feature called workflows, and it allows you to create workflows where you'll be able to send emails, documents, invoices, contracts, so many different things, and it works based on triggers. For instance, if you set up a lead capture form, it's just a way for people to enter their names and their emails. You can also include any question. If you want those questions to be answered right when they reach out, then you can include them in your lead capture form. Otherwise, it's a form that's basically embedded into your website that will allow you to get the inquiry. So you will have their email and their name, and you can then reach out. If this lead capture form is filled out by someone, it can start a workflow. And from there, you will work with triggers. I will not go into great detail about this because I have many Dubsado videos on my channel, so you can go back to Dubsado and learn how to use it with the other videos. I want to keep this one short and just give you my step-by-step to create a streamlined workflow. From the lead capture form, it will trigger maybe the start of the workflow is you sending them an email saying that you received information and you will reach out soon. So they know that you've received their information and you are going to take care of it. When it comes to triggers, it could also happen that someone uses, Dubsado has proposals. I have one on my website as well. It's basically just a website page that allows them to pay the retainer without contacting me, so that they can just choose that they want to start working with us. They go to the payment page, they pay, and then it triggers the workflow. Because they've paid, it triggers the onboarding workflow, which means that they will get a welcome packet straight away. Once they pay, they don't need to wait for me to have time. They can just review the welcome packet. They get an onboarding questionnaire that they can fill out. They get access to their ClickUp dashboard, the dashboard that we use to manage projects with clients. They get lots of different things so that they can review all the information, and then we can start the process. So any email that is sent, everything is automated because it's the same process for every client. I do not need to reinvent the wheel. For you as an interior designer, it will change because people will not be able to pay straight away. They will have to have proposals sent out and be approved. So it's going to be more of a lengthy process. Regardless, there are many things, many steps that you can automate. And as I said, you can just review my Dubsado videos to see which ones you can automate. I also have a discount code that gives you 20% off your first month or year with Dubsado. I will add it to the description. So just go down and review all the links that I'm going to add there. Now, ClickUp is a great tool that I use for project management. It allows you to stay very organized, and you can also work with your clients and builder directly on the dashboard. It avoids you having to send lots of emails that get lost. So in the dashboard, you have everything from all the documents that you want to share, the files, everything that they want to share with you as well, things that they've seen that they really like, that they want you to include in the proposal. You can use ClickUp to allow to directly review a presentation and sign it off. Again, I have videos about ClickUp if you look through my channel, but I will link one here, which would be the first video that I would suggest as an introduction to the ClickUp dashboard and how it allows you to keep everything streamlined. We have a great template that we've been using for our interior design clients. It works amazingly because you have a full overview of all the tasks that are in process or need to be done as a matter of priority. You keep everything organized and you have a full overview of all your projects or each individual projects, and you also get a procurement template that allows you to keep all this sourcing organized. You can have clients signing up for everything. It's impossible for you to miss a deadline. I will link it down below again so you can see what it includes. I have videos about it as well, so you can use those to understand how you can use the template. And the structure inside the template is standard. We went through each phase of the project where you can then add all the tasks that need to get done. You can add dates, priority, who it is assigned to. Is it you? Is it an outsourcing firm? Is it someone in your office? Is it your builder? Is it your client? Because some tasks like reviewing presentation is going to be your client's job. Do you want to give them access to the dashboard? And you can give them access to only the things that you want them to see, not everything that needs to be done on the project. But key tasks like reviewing a presentation is something you may want to share directly on the dashboard. The other thing that we can automate, as I said, is some of the emails, especially at the inquiry stage or at the handover stage. There's so many things that you can automate, but you will also save time if you have clear email templates that you can use, and you can then quickly edit them to add a customized paragraph based on a particular project. I have also built 26 email templates along with my clients that you can use to make your process more streamlined. It gives you a great idea about all the emails that you are able to automate, but also the structure. And if you're not great with words, it will be such a time saver. So I will include the link to those emails as well for you in the description box. One thing I didn't mention about ClickUp is a feature I love, and it's that you can track your time directly on each task. This is important. Why? Because if you charge hourly, you need to have a log of all the hours that you spent before you invoice them from Dubsado. So again, Dubsado has all the invoices, all the contracts, everything in one clear space for your client to access whenever they need it. So you need to have the log of all the hours, and Dubsado allows you to track time and add notes as to what you've been working on. So there's no way that clients can then come back and say, oh, what were these hours spent on? You have the full log of your hours. The other thing, even if you have packages, you need to be able to estimate your hours. And if you have no idea about how long things take, you will never be able to estimate correctly. So by tracking your time for a few projects, it will allow you to understand how long you need for each task. Definitely tracking time has been a part of our business. All my designers track time, then I can include that into my clients' invoices. It's clear to them when they need to invoice their own clients what the hours were spent on. And when it comes to a smooth handover, it's the same thing. You can use email templates to save you time, create an offboarding workflow where all the documents are shared, where you include maybe a handover pack. So onboarding, you would have the welcome packet, and then handover, you have an offboarding pack that has everything you've worked on, what you're able to achieve. You share links to all the files that they will need, that you're basically handing over to them. You can include a gift card. You can talk about additional services that they may need if they want to keep working with you. So having something to finish the project is important. You just don't want to finish the project also because they can always come back and say that the project is not finished and then you want more thing. So we want to have a handover phase, and all of this needs to be streamlined into a nice workflow with the proper documentation. And again, I have templates, emails, but also client documents that will save you tons of time every week because you have the documents. They're already branded, they're already pre-written for designers. You only tweak them to match your brand and match the way that you would speak and the way that you want to organize your workflow. Everything is already clear. You get 10 plus templates, I think 11 templates in our bundle for every phase of the project. So you will look professional, organized, established, and you'll be able to attract more premium clients because you're providing a more premium experience as well. Honestly, having a streamlined process is going to save you over 5 hours every week in admin stuff and emails and all of these things that you need to do on every project. It's hours of back and forth emails, and that can just, it can be all streamlined into ClickUp and Dubsado. And I think that you will be able to reduce at least 50% of all the admin tasks that you've been doing so far, which is going to free up time for you to work on the design, work on growing your business, providing a better client experience to your clients. So this is not negligible, and I would start working on this as soon as possible. As I said, I will link down below all my resources. You can pick whatever you need right now in your business. All these resources are extremely budget friendly because I want to be able to help designers at every stage of their business, including the ones who are starting and they need to set up a business right now, as soon as possible. So in under a week, you can set up your business and start focusing on the important part, which is to attract inquiries and sign new clients. I hope this video was helpful. You can comment down below, like, subscribe, and tell me what you need. I'll see you in the next video.